Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the boat here Spring. As always, it's me, Ivan. And today I'll be showing you what in my opinion is the best watch that you can buy on Aliexpress for just $150 or euro. I'm sure you've already watched a few other videos with a similar title, but I honestly think there's no other watch on the market right now that offers the same amount of value as this one does. I know that's a very bold statement, but I do believe that it's true, and I'll do my best to show you why throughout this video. The exact model we're looking at today is the Addiesdive AD2059, which has been provided to me for a review by Aliexpress directly, and I appreciate it very much. I don't have to send it back, but don't worry, as this hasn't affected my thoughts about the watch in any way. Now, the watch, as you can see, is available with 3 different dial colors, which are white, light blue, and finally this gorgeous sand brown, which is the one I'm showing you today. All 3 come with a Seiko NH35, and they all cost the same, about $150 or euro. However, Aliexpress has also provided me with a discount code, which will make the price even more tempting. By the way, this discount code is not exclusive to Addiesdive or to watches. In fact, it should work for the entire Aliexpress catalog. And so I've left all the relevant info and links in the description and comment section down below. Alright guys, let's go through the dimensions now. The case diameter of this model is 39mm. It's accompanied by a lug-to-lug of 48 and a thickness of 13.3mm. The space between the lugs is 20mm, and the total weight with 6 links removed is 129 grams. Overall, I'm very pleased with the dimensions, and I'm very happy with how the watch wears on my 17cm or 6.7-inch wrist. It's super comfortable due to the Jubilee bracelet. And guys, you've got to admit that it looks amazing and much more expensive than a watch that costs less than 150 bucks. In addition, the end links of the bracelet are female, and this means that you're getting a true lug-to-lug of 48mm. So even if your wrist is a bit smaller than mine, you still should be able to pull it off. Next, let's have a word about the design and the build quality. I would say that this watch is inspired by a couple of Seiko models. The case shape and the hands remind me of the SARB 033, while the dial makes me think of Grand Seiko, especially the SLGA 007. To be fair, the similarities with these two models aren't many, but I'm definitely getting some Seiko vibes from this Addiesdive. When it comes to the build quality, it's pretty great. In the hand, the watch feels really well built, the tolerances between the case and the bracelet are very tight, and since this model is made of 316L steel, it also has some very nice weight to it, 129 grams, as I mentioned a moment ago. A couple of other things that are worth mentioning here are that the crystal is made of sapphire, it's single-domed, and although I couldn't find any additional information about it, I believe it's air-coated on the underside, as at certain angles you'll notice a bit of blue here and there. The second thing that's caught my attention is the water resistance of 100 meters. It's been achieved thanks to the screw-in crown, which is signed with Addiesdive's logo, and the screw-down caseback, which, as you can see, is also laser-etched with the brand's logo. The bracelet is also very well made, and it's one of the aspects of this watch that I'm especially attracted to. Guys, I'm a big fan of Jubilee bracelets as they are typically extremely comfortable, and I'm happy to report that this one is no exception. It's 20mm at the lugs, and then it tapers down to 16, which is one of the reasons why it's so comfortable. In addition, the links are quite short, and together with the 5 micro adjustment points on the clasp, ensure a perfect fit. The clasp, as you can see, is milled, so no corners cut here either. And finally, I want to mention that this bracelet reminds me of the Seiko SKX bracelet due to its sideways flexibility. However, this one is definitely better as all the links are solid. When it comes to the finishing, both the case and the bracelet are quite nicely finished. The case comes with high polished flanks and bezel, only the top of the lugs is brushed. The bracelet is finished in the very same way, and so you get a mixture of mirror-like polishing and vertical brushing as well. As I said, the finishing is quite good. There are no fancy transitions of any sort, but there are no sharp edges either, and I would say that it's right on par with the Orient Komatsu and the Seiko 5KX models. Next, let's have a closer look at the desert dial. It's absolutely amazing in my opinion, and the execution is excellent. It has this very nice texture that resembles a desert, and it has a bit of a metallic look to it as well. And depending on the angle you look at it, the sound waves become more or less pronounced. I'm telling you guys, it really is quite impressive in person, and considering the price, which is once again around $100 or euros, I really find it hard to beat. In addition, the handset is razor sharp, the indices are applied, and the date is framed. I also quite like that instead of the logo we have the branding in italics. I prefer it this way, but that's of course a matter of personal preferences. Finally, in case anyone is wondering, there is no lume applied on neither the handset nor the indices, but I don't think it's necessary anyway. Moving on to the movement, this Addiesdive comes with the legendary Seiko NH35 caliber. To be precise, it's the NH35A, which simply means that it has a date. I've probably reviewed and owned more than 20 watches with it, and I've pretty much memorized the specs. It's a 3 Hz caliber with 24 joules and a power reserve of about 41 hours. According to Seiko, it shouldn't be less accurate than -20 to +40 seconds per day, but as you know, we typically get much better performance out of it. In fact, this watch specifically is running just 7 seconds fast per day with a beat error of only 0.3 milliseconds. Keep in mind that this is with the watch fully wound and in a dive-up position. On the wrist, after 24 hours, it was 9 seconds fast, which is still a level of accuracy that I'm very happy with. Alright guys, this Addiesdive, as I said in the intro, is the best watch that you can buy on Aliexpress for just $150 or euro. It could easily compete with watches that are much more expensive, and that's something that makes me really happy because right now everything is super expensive, at least here in Spain. And that's why I appreciate more than ever when something is affordable and of very good quality at the same time. So the bottom line is, this is a great watch. It looks fantastic. The crystal is sapphire, the overall build quality is great, the bracelet is extremely comfortable, and the 100 meters water resistance makes it suitable for most situations. If you're looking for a new everyday watch that's not a diver, you should definitely consider this one. This is the end of today's video, guys. Thank you very much for staying until the end. This has been my first experience with Addiesdive. If you own any of their watches, I would love to know what's your feedback, so make sure you leave a comment down below. By the way, I've got another heck of a bargain coming to the channel next week, so consider subscribing if you haven't already. That being said, thanks again, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.